So this is my TBR for July, meaning it's every single book that I want to read in July. Whether I get to them, whether I stick to it, or whether I stray from it is a completely different matter. Arguably, the book I'm most excited to read is The Spear That Cuts Through Water by Simon Jimenez. I know so many people that suggest this book. They say this is arguably one of the best books within fantasy that's been written in the past like 25 years. I think it's going to be finally time for me to read this. I love relationships between gods and humans within my fantasy books, and this book is arguably the master of them. And I know full well there is a shitload of you that are waiting for me to read this book. Next up is Kings of the Wyld by Eames. I started this yesterday. I'm about 80 pages in. This is so much fun. This is a light-hearted, quest-filled adventure style of fantasy, and that's something I've really been missing. Then I'm hoping to go on to a slightly shorter fantasy book, which is The Blacktongue Thief by Christopher Buehlman. I'm going to be completely honest, the cover looks sick, but the main reason I want to read this book is because of the giant fucking Robin Hobb testimonial on the front. I have no idea what this is about, like zero clue at all, but you guys know me, and you know that occasionally I love jumping into fantasy books completely blind, and I feel like I'm going to do that with this one. Then we have Dogs of War by Adrian Tchaikovsky. I'm on kind of an Adrian Tchaikovsky kind of train at the moment. I'm really trying to dive into his work. I'm really enjoying it actually, but I think I'm going to immersive read this book. I'm going to read this towards the end of July because my immersive read at the moment, being The Devils by Joe Abercrombie, I'm still reading. Speaking of, this is one of those books that was in my June reading TBR, but I didn't get around to finishing it, so I will finish it this month. Continuing on with Adrian Tchaikovsky, we have The Expert Systems Champion. I read the first book in June. This was such a good book. This is the sequel, but the first book I think was written as a standalone, so this follows on like 10 years later, I think. It's also only like 180 pages, and the first one was really well written, so if I want just a brief sci-fi book, that's going to be my kind of pickup. I have been feeling a little bit more sci-fi-y, so I read All Systems Red, which is the first Murderbot book by Martha Wells. So I'm going to dive into the second one, which is Artificial Condition. I tried listening to the audiobook and I thought it was good, but I felt like the blunt writing, the intentional style of the book was so much better when you actually read the physical words in the book. So I'm going to read this one. This isn't going to be audiobooked, even though I know so many of you have told me that you love the audiobook. I'm sorry. And then finally, my audiobook for the month is going to be Dungeon Crawler Carl, Book 3, which is the Dungeon Anarchist Cookbook. I'm not going to go on about it because you guys know that I love Dungeon Crawler Carl. Matt Dinniman put something in these books, I'm telling you. So that is every single book that I'm planning on reading in July, whether I get around to them, like I said, or whether I stick to it, or whether the ADHD kicks in and I pick up something completely different is left to be found out. However, please do let me know if you have read any of these books. What is on your TBR? Make sure to like, make sure to follow, and happy goddamn reading.